Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is also podcast Summer House. Oh, man. I almost said Vanderpump Rules. Can you believe it? No. We're going to the good side now. It's Summer House, Season 10, Episode 2. We're back. And this episode, not our episode, but their episode, sponsored by Uber Eats. Let's just say it right now. Sponsored by Uber Eats.
I even see it in the, like all the credits and stuff. I wonder if this is the new version of reality TV where we're just getting all this product placement.
I don't know, but like as I call out the product placements, let me be so clear and say we're not sponsored. We would be. No, I don't know. I think we should only sponsor with companies that are good, and I don't know if Uber is one of those. I'd have to check. But
I agree. Or that I like use all the time. And to be honest, I don't use Uber Eats.
I did, and then I deleted it, which is why I think that they're bad. But you know what? If they're sponsored, we're sponsored, I guess, because we're talking about them. So in a way,
True.
Indirectly.
It worked.
Before we get into the episode, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Patreon. All the links are in our description. And please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Okay, let's get into the episode. Previously on Summer House, we're back. We had a county fair party. We met KJ, the model and pro skateboarder. We met Ben, the Australian bachelor. And we met Bailey and Levi, single friends. Which, that's crazy that was what we got from them. But the world never changes.
Sad to be boiled down to like one word.
They're just single. Yeah, they're single. And they're friends with each other. So that's about their whole personality.
They're single, they're friends, that's it.
Wes and Ciara hopefully are going to be friends this summer. Amanda and Kyle have lots of cracks that are growing. And Kyle got mad at Amanda for swimming in her giant underwear and bra. So
I'm not over that.
Here's my first complaint this was a complaint last season, and I think the season before. I got really confused because when they started the episode, I was like, are we opening in New York? The weekend wasn't over. And I hate when the weekend's not over and we pick right back up, which is what we do here. But
what you need to start to expect is that every weekend we'll get 2 episodes.
I don't like. I know I have to expect it. I just don't like it.
You know what? If they're going to give me 2 episodes per week, I'd rather them go out on like a Thursday night and at least there'd be so much content that I need to like show me your work day into you going into the weekend, do a night out for dinner, do a night in for dinner, do a party.
We talk about this all the time. What I wouldn't give for a normal 9-to-5er. What I wouldn't give for someone who doesn't own what they do and is not in content and is like us where they go to work and they have 0 stake and then they go party. What I wouldn't give.
I think in general, the like job economy is going to the gig economy and there's going to be a lot of content.
Sure. No,
so they need to figure out how to showcase that because I think they did well with Bailey this episode and we'll obviously get into that, but that's where reality TV stars are going. So like you need to be able to show me this on screen.
Yeah,
like the housewives suck at it too.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but what I wouldn't give for a 9-to-5er, I would die for it.
A boring
I would love
one too,
like boring one.
Finance guy.
Oh my god, give me a receptionist or something, and she's just sitting there typing.
Whenever Carl was in sales, like I loved those like phone calls, like and him like talking about having to hit his quotas.
What I wouldn't give. Anyway, so we open up. It's Friday, July 4th, 8:16 p.m. Amanda just got yelled at for swimming in her bra and giant underwear, even though they've been skinny dipping for 10 years at this point. Also, she just went skinny dipping with Ben last year in Europe. So I don't know what's happening.
Amanda's like, you should have been more concerned about the Europe skinny dipping, not this one.
Hello, because it was just me and Ben, and he's hot and Australian. And the bride. That's the bride even freakier.
Setting us up.
That's even more concerning. Yeah. So he wants her to be fun, but doesn't like when she's having fun. Bars.
That sums it up. That sums up Summer House in 10 seasons.
Bars. So Kyle says he's all for nudity, so he doesn't have much to stand on. I feel like as he's in his interview recounting it, he's realizing how stupid this is. He can't defend it.
He has no leg to stand on because he gets nude all the time. And also, she wasn't naked. That's the biggest thing at the end of the day. She wasn't naked.
He just says he yelled at her because he felt ignored, which is clearly the issue. Again, as he's recounting it months later in his interview chair, he's like, I guess this is the only reason I was yelling at her. I didn't have a good reason, which I appreciate him being caught, being like, what the fuck did I do? You can't explain yourself.
But he won't apologize for it.
No. And then Jesse and Wes talk about how they've never seen Kyle this mad before, which I'm like, and it's over nothing, which is amazing.
That is like, we talked about like the water fight last episode where like this was like season 3. They had a fight over spilled water. That I like saw them and like why they were arguing. This makes no fucking sense. And if this is how the whole entire season is going to go, is them fighting over like Kyle not getting attention, this will quickly become my least favorite show on Bravo.
Their relationship ruins the vibes. I cannot say this enough. Their relationship is ruining the vibes because now everyone is aware Amanda's being yelled at by Kyle. We can't really step in because it's a marital dispute.
And it's always happening in front of us.
Yeah, what do we fucking do at this point? Like, I'd rather be at work, I think, than here at this point. I'd rather be at
my home with my parents fighting because at least, like, I
know I can zone those out. Yeah, this is like, do I step in as a friend? Do I say something? Do I not? And most of the time when I'm with my parents, I could just go in a different room.
Yeah.
We're all stuck here. So it's 8:47 p.m. Everyone's getting ready because we're leaving in 1 hour. And Bailey is super sunburnt, this girl. White people, I don't get it, but.
She tries to put on a little cardigan and I was like, go with the sunburn, not the like covered up look.
So Amanda is ignoring Kyle. Wes checks in with KJ, which KJ really loves. He feels better every time Wes checks in on him. Would you like inject it in my veins? You know what I mean? Do you get it? Oh, I'm dying.
You know what? This is healthy male friendships and a great model. Any guys out there listening?
I want
highly
to
recommend. No. We don't have to turn every one of them into a romantic relationship.
I want it. It's just cute. It's refreshing to see two men like actually. One of them be like, I'm not okay. And the other one be like, I will make sure you're okay. Like, it's so cute. Oh, my God.
It's so pathetic in our society that we're like in awe. We're like, cute.
Inject these two men into my veins. Like, someone sedate me. I'm so over them. But West feels great this summer. Because last summer, it was a little chilly with Ciara. But the weirdness is kind of gone, which he is happy about. So it's 9:43 p.m. We're going out. There's 2 tables once we go out. There's the boys' table and then there's the girls' table. And the girls' table has Ben. And the boys are clearly jealous because Ben gets to hang out at the girls' table. And they're like, this is basically a visual representation of an accent.
Yeah,
of having an accent. So the girls talk with Ben about The Bachelor. Ben turns so red when someone's flirting with him. He was raised super religious and now like sexual attention is uncomfortable to him, even though he was the Bachelor. But he just says he's like a very private person. So public flirting is a little iffy for him.
Very interesting thing to say while you're currently on a reality TV show, my guy.
It just, you know what you're doing. You know the girls are swooning about it. Like, fuck you.
It's just funny that he's like, hey, I'm a really private person. I don't like attention. And then he goes on The Bachelor, and then he goes on Summer House with 24/7 surveillance.
I can't totally believe it. If you are one of the bachelors, you don't hate attention that much. No offense.
I don't know anything about Australian Bachelor, but in like the US one, I know like you get picked from going on as a contestant and then you get picked as a lead. It's not like he said he was a contestant, and maybe he was, again, I don't know, but I believe it more that he doesn't want attention if he was just picked out randomly to be a lead. But if he went on as a contestant, I'm like, you like attention.
I think both, because listen, you cannot be so stupid that you don't know what The Bachelor is.
No, 100%.
And I know that doesn't always happen in the US. For example, they're having Taylor Frankie Paul on it and she was never a contestant. So like it could maybe happen. In his season, they had 3 different bachelors. But if you are one of the men that the girls are vying for, you cannot hate attention that much. Listen, I love attention, but I don't love that attention. I would hate being the bachelorette. So like, you love a certain type of attention.
That's the thing. I like the attention where it's just you and I talking and then other people tell me I'm great at it and I get to do it alone.
You don't date me. That's men hitting on me. Bad attention.
No. Nobody else can be in the room while we're doing this.
No.
So like, I don't ever want to be on reality TV. Like, I want the experience of actually creating it to be a solo experience or like you and me. I don't need an audience ever.
No.
or a whole production crew. Like I could never create this podcast, you and I, with like a whole team in front of us. I would be so embarrassed.
No, everyone needs to exit. What are we talking about? We'll just press record and you can come in after and do your thing. But like set us up, leave.
And leave me alone.
It's like when people have sex scenes on TV. It's a closed set. There's only the people that need to be there can be there. I can't have your judgy eyes on me. That's crazy.
No, people have commented on our videos being like, oh my God, like get these girls to like the summer house for a party. And I'm like, no, I don't even want that. Like,
don't
I could
mic
not
me up.
handle.
You can't mic me up. I'm in the background. I'm talking to the cameraman and I'm just like behind the camera. Like, so what do you think of this? What are your thoughts? We're interviewing production at that party.
Oh my God, absolutely. I'd be back to back with the camera guy.
I say invite us, but we're going to be one of those people that don't dress up to theme to not bring attention to ourselves.
No, that would draw you out more, I think.
No, there's always a ton of people who don't dress to theme. So we're just one of the bunch.
I won't be there. I don't need to be where like the sausage is made. Let me just enjoy it on my TV.
I'll go, but don't expect to see me. I will not chat. As soon as I see a camera, I just exit. Like, no thanks.
God. That's going to make it on the TV though. Remember that one guy who fell out of the chair last season?
It'd be a meme. Oh no. It's my nightmare. Okay, so Jesse asked Kyle with the boys around if Kyle was like actually mad at Amanda about the bra and the pool. And Kyle says there's so many things him and Amanda need to talk about. He says for the past 2 years, Amanda smokes weed every night and then just passes out. Basically, there's no time to fuck, which...
Are you even home?
First of all, can I say some things? If you have a lot of things to discuss with your significant other, let's say, I don't know, spouse, you should discuss these things before bringing us all into it, okay? I understand if maybe you're long distance like Paige and Craig were, you didn't have a lot of time to meet face-to-face to discuss these issues. You two are married. You technically, I know Kyle doesn't know this, but he lives with Amanda, so they should discuss this. It can be on or off camera before the rest of us have to deal with all your issues.
Yeah.
Second of all, she's smoking weed every night because she doesn't want to associate in this life, okay? She doesn't want to deal with you sober.
The way he says it is as if she is like doing crack cocaine every night on like at 4 p.m. and passing the fuck out.
In full honesty, when he said it, I out loud went, and?
And?
Because you can fuck when you're high. She just probably smokes enough so she doesn't have to see you.
Okay, but Kyle exaggerates every fucking thing. Remember when, like, he said that Amanda does nothing at Loverboy, and then the minute she wanted to go off and do a swimsuit line, he was like, the company's gonna fail if she leaves.
Loverboy would crumble.
So, like, okay, what time is she smoking weed? Because if she's smoking weed at, like, 6 p.m. and passing out shortly after, and you guys have no conversation, no time after work, okay, I understand that complaint. But I think that's unlikely. I also don't think that you're ever at home. And so the minute you get home, just like last episode, the minute he wants attention, he's mad if Amanda doesn't give it to him right then and there, even though he's been MIA the entire time.
Also, it's a good point. He's never home. So what? She's smoking at 10 p.m., passing out like a normal person, and then you get off your DJ set list at 2 a.m. and you want to call her? She's
she's sleeping. You're like blaming the weed.
Yeah, what's happening? And then he says that his apartment smells like a frat house and he can't even hire a cleaning company because there's too much shit everywhere and she's a hoarder. Which he showed his apartment and it kind of looks like mine. A little.
It looks like they have stuff. What do you mean you can't hire a cleaning lady because there's too much stuff? There's like 3 boxes on the ground and you guys own a business with a lot of merch.
It literally looks like my apartment after a long weekend when I've gone out and done shit. Like,
looking at the stack of stuff I need to put away. A box in my suitcase.
It really wasn't that. You could hire Also, all the papers that were spread out on that desk, probably Kyle's. I'm just gonna
100%.
I'm just gonna say it. He's asked Amanda's mom to come over to help clean the way my mom would block his number. My mom would be like, no, I don't even clean my own house, boy. So what are we doing here?
How passive aggressive. You're gonna call my mom on me? Get the fuck out of here.
What's my mom gonna do?
My mom would literally look at me dead in the face and go, you're going to divorce that man right now.
Yeah, what the fuck? She'd block his number so quick. Hey, can you come over and clean? It's your house, sir. It's
Why
your
doesn't
shared
Kyle
house.
Clean it.
Why don't you call Amanda's dad? It's kind of sexist, no?
That's true, but Frank would never take a call from Kyle.
But I'm just saying, you're calling Amanda's mom to say, can you come to your daughter's house to clean?
No, our apartment, because Kyle can clean it too.
Call your own mom.
Your own mom.
I don't know, an idea? So then Amanda comes over because she's like, hey, and then Kyle feels really bad for talking shit about her. But then KJ's a real girl's girl. He out loud was like, don't worry, Kyle, we're here for you. And Amanda's like, here for him? Why? And Kyle's, and Amanda does this whole thing where she's like, you were just talking to them, cat got your tongue, what's going on? She's like, someone better tell me in person, I'm gonna hear about it on camera or not. That's the best part of a reality show.
I will hear about it.
The way I would only thrive being on a reality show, because I would be like, what'd you say? It's gonna be on camera anyway, you might as well say it.
Yeah.
So Kyle says he feels like, and he doesn't even tell her what he really said, but he says,
no, this pissed me off.
He feels like Amanda's very disinterested in him and them, and she hasn't asked him a question in years. And doesn't he sound like a woman dating on the apps? My God.
Oh, I'm like, okay, again, Kyle, what do you think your role in any of these problems are?
Also, can I ask such a serious question as someone who doesn't like long-term relationships because they scare her? At some point, what do you ask? If you're like living with this person, what do you want me to ask?
And not only live, you work with him. Like, you don't have to ask about his day or like how work was. She knows.
This is what I thought of immediately. I hung out with a long-standing couple. We drove to a wedding together 4 hours, me and my other single friend. And let me tell you what they talked about. She said, I took my car in for an oil change. They talked about that for a little bit. And then she said, I think when we get back, we need to go grocery shopping. And then they were silent. To which my friend and I said, is this what relationships talk about? Because that's hilarious.
I can appreciate the ability to like sit in silence, but clearly like Kyle needs the attention. It's always going to come back to this. She's not a reporter in your house every night. When you guys both walk over from the apartment you guys rent for Loverboy, which is across the hall from you, when you guys walk home the 10 steps from work, what is she supposed to say to you?
If you have something you want to share with her, just share it with her. You've been married for X amount of years at this point.
But Alicia, that takes out the ability of Amanda pining for information from Kyle.
Right. Imagine she's just like, so how was that meeting for you that we were both in?
Just in 5 minutes ago.
What'd you think of that? Like, what are we talking about? Anyway, so Amanda tells him, you over-exaggerate everything. Mm-hmm. And he says he doesn't get companionship or friendship. And Amanda's like, that's not true. That's not true. Which I'm like, it probably isn't. She has basically given you nothing but that for the X amount of years I've watched you on my TV.
I just can't imagine Amanda is like ignoring him 24. I mean, right now in this show, she kind of is ignoring him.
Sure.
But like over the
She's
last
already
2
broken
years,
up with him. They're broken up in her
But
head.
over the last 2 years, because Kyle said like his complaint was over that span of time, you can't tell me that Amanda was never interested in anything about your life.
She is interested in you because she's begging you to come home.
Actually, she's been begging you to spend time with her for years.
And
now you're like, spend time with me? It's like, the fuck?
No, he wants her to beg. He doesn't even want to hang out with her. He just wants her to want to hang out with him.
Yes.
Like,
wait, did you watch Tell Me Lies this week?
Yeah, I hate this show, dude. It drives me nuts. I know,
but like it's like with Steven, like the minute Lucy is like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore, just release the fucking tape. It's like, okay, the game's over. Like that's the same thing for Kyle. The minute Amanda's not begging him to spend time with her, he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
What do I do now?
You're not fawning over me?
She's never said to him until now, basically, like, don't hang out with me, don't talk to me, don't come home. And he's like, well, now what do I do? Because I'm used to, I don't want to do those things anyway, but I want you to ask that. It's like you always, you never want to get like hype. This is just another way to think of it for people not married in this situation. You never want to get back with your ex, but you always want your ex to reach out to you and ask you to get back together.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
This is just the fucking opposite. This is divorce of that, the divorce of that scenario. She also says it's awkward how everyone else knows how he feels about her except her because he won't communicate that.
No, that pisses me off the way he like stood and said so many things at that boys' table and turns around and is like, oh, I don't know what to say. He's not going to
stand on business.
No.
And he's like, I don't know what else to do. I'm putting up smoke signals for help. And I'm like, here's the thing about being an adult. If you don't ask for help, no one knows that you want it. But he doesn't want it. He just wants, what's he going to say? I want you to want me, even though I don't want you?
I don't want to fulfill your wants and desires?
That's crazy. I want you to want stuff from me that I can't give you. That's the craziest act. Of course he's going to be like, I have nothing.
But that tracks so hard on Kyle's problems.
Hello. So Amanda says, let's talk about this later. And Kyle storms off. So Ciara watches this. She goes over to Amanda and she's like, hey, people are recording. Let's keep it cute in public, which I was like, how annoying that people are recording this. But Amanda says it's just unfair because she has put up with this for so long. And you know Amanda's done because normally she would have been crying about this conversation. Not anymore. She's about to have a good night, let me tell you.
That's the thing. She's like, I'm smiling because I don't want the blowback on social media about this. Yeah. But I don't also want to deal with this with Kyle. Like, I don't care. I want to have a good night and nobody to bother me on social media tomorrow.
He's acting like she ruined his life.
Even though he proposed, got married, chose this life.
We're here willingly, sir. So we go out, and I just want to can I run a thought by you?
Yeah.
So when we go out as normies, let's call us, we go to a bar, we maybe have to pay cover. We got to pay like $15 drinks. We're standing around. There's nowhere to sit. It's sticky. Going out when you're half famous must be so fun. They have a table. They have a section. They're probably being brought alcohol. I don't know why we go home early. This is fun shit. If I had a table, I had somewhere to sit, I'm out forever.
Issue is a lot of businesses won't let them film there anymore.
That's true.
So we can't get it on camera like we used to. But another downside is all those people are filming them. Like, I would feel like a zoo animal. So, like,
that's true.
Yes, there are some pluses, but there are some minuses there too.
That's true. But if they want to invite me out one night just to see how the other half lives, I'm in.
So funny. I'm a big table girly, but I go to bars that I can get a table. I also go early.
Not me. I want to go out like this. But then when I do, it's probably already filled and I can't get in. I have to pay cover.
Okay. Hear me out.
Nowhere to sit.
My friends are the president and VP of their alumni association, so they always get a table at this one bar. So I do have an in like that, and that's nice.
That's what I want. That's all I want. And like, we're on our own island. Like, there's nothing worse than when other people start invading your space, and you're like, I'm here with my friends.
That is like, I don't want to have to play like a game of war on like keeping my stools and like my like individual personal space.
I can just leave my purse because it's sectioned off. Oh my God. I get to shake ass without a purse or someone getting in my way. I love it. Anyway. But at 11:31, Amanda and Ciara get home. And then at 12:44 a.m., everyone's home except KJ, Jesse, and Wes. The house is a fucking mess, which Bailey and Levi are like, what do we do? And they're like, just leave it.
It's crazy because all the paint from their like signs is still out.
Yeah. So Bailey tells Kyle to go to bed, be with his wife. And then Kyle's like, nah, I don't want to do that. And
anything but spending time with Amanda.
Carl says he's a big boy. And I was like, oh my God, Carl trying to... But Carl says he would take his shirt off for Kyle. But Kyle's going through a harder time than anyone realizes. And Carl feels like Kyle is crumbling and he doesn't know how to help.
Go to therapy. Go to therapy, Kyle. Handle your shit.
That's crazy, Meredith. That's crazy that you would ask that of him. He's gonna burn his whole life to the ground before he goes to therapy.
And blame every other person in his life for it, even though he's the one holding the match.
He can't go to therapy because it's gonna be one of those situations where the therapist holds a mirror up to him and he's like, I can't take responsibility. He's one of I feel like we've talked about 1,000 men like that.
And they're all on Bravo. They all make it to Bravo.
The therapist can watch. I think it's Jax. I've talked about this before. The therapist can watch what you've done. You can't even lie to your therapist.
Yeah.
This is why we can't be on reality TV either. I'm just kidding.
Because I do empathize. I do see Kyle struggle. Like, I do understand the lover boy and the stress he's under. And I understand why some of the decisions he makes. I think Carl is like, oh, I can see everything. So it like makes so much sense to me. And it's like, okay, yeah, I see the pressure he's under. But that doesn't make what he's doing okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then it's 2:16 a.m. KJ, Jesse, and Wes are home. Kyle falls asleep on the bed with his shoes, which is no wonder she divorced him.
Somebody told me that Amanda clearly does not care at all because she let him sleep like that.
But what, even if she did care, even if I cared, if I'm asleep, I don't care how you go to sleep at that point.
I'm shocked he didn't wake her up.
Yeah, she didn't care so much.
That was a win.
And then Wes starts DJing and KJ almost falls over while drunk eating, which that was hilarious. I love KJ. This trio is great. I'm a big
fan of them.
Okay, so then it's Saturday, July 5th, 9:08 a.m. House is starting to wake up. Carl's going to get everyone bagels, which MVP.
Oh my God. My dream life is for somebody to text me, what do I want? Like from my bagel. Like
bagels.
Go get me bagels. He's like a dad to the house, and I'm liking this version of Carl.
I really like this version of Carl. So Levi and Bailey have a little morning chat. They say Carl's the nicest man who's ever lived, like a lover boy in the least fuckboy way, and like a 6'5" baby, which he kind of is. I give Carl a lot of shit. He has given me the ick on multiple occasions and will continue to do so probably. But he is one of those men that have evolved into someone I can, and I've always supported Carl. Even when I hate him, I support him as a person, and I hope the best. And he is a lover boy. He was a fuck boy. They're getting good Carl. Carl did a lot of growth. He's 36, I
know
think.
Everything. Like, we can forgive, but this audience doesn't forget. And so it is kind of nice to see Carl through fresh eyes and being like, oh, like, Carl has come a long way. And they're just seeing, like, all the really great stuff. None of the bad, which is good. Good. Like, Carl needs to be able to move on. And this is kind of helping me be like, oh, reframing who Carl is in this house. Yeah.
Carl's done a lot of work, and it's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Highly recommend his Cake Eater book. It walks through everything.
Bailey is obsessed with Ben and her blue eyes and his blue eyes. And
I'm obsessed with him.
And Bailey's usually attracted to losers, but finally a guy that's like not a loser.
I love her so much.
But then they talk about how Ben isn't really even flirting. He just like has heavy eye contact and like has an accent. So they're like,
correct.
I wish we got more of Levi because we really haven't gotten anything of her.
That's true.
I like Bailey, but I think I would like Levi more if I got to know her. You know what I mean?
I think the difficulty is Levi. I think we would like her in person a lot, but that I don't think she's not really translating. TV? On camera. Like, she's becoming what like Gabby was to Lindsay, is like this B character who like supports someone who has all these sound bites and all these very outgoing moments. And like, that's just hard to like overcome.
I hope we see Levi a little bit, like get like a little bit of her. Just we don't even have her background.
No. We know she's from Indianapolis, and that's it.
Oh, right. I even forgot. She's a Midwestern girl. Okay, so Amanda goes to leave her room, and Kyle's like, where are you going? And Amanda says, out. Jesus Christ.
Because she does not want him to follow. She's like, I'm going to go have fun with my friends.
Don't bring this vibe to me. But then Ciara sneaks into Jesse's bed, and then Amanda joins. She found them using Find My Friends, which is funny that this house is big enough for that. And Kyle can't find anyone. So he's walking upstairs and he finds Amanda, Ciara, and Jesse in bed. And he gets pissed off immediately. He's sick of being left out. So he's going to go for a run. Amanda, Ciara, and Jesse couldn't care less.
No.
Jesse's like, I'm happy I'm included. I'm not challenging that at all.
Jesse's like, do you think he's mad that all the ladies are in my bed and not his? And I'm like, Jesse, shut up. Yes, but
Jesse loves being a bed bug. He will not chance that to stick up for Kyle. Absolutely not.
He was like cuddled in there, smiling so large. Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah. So they talk about the county fair and how Wes did a really good job. And Ciara's like, not to make it all about me, but to make it about me. Wes did a really good job getting those animals. And it was a really good move on his part, if it is about me. Which I was like, it is, girl. All of it's about you.
It was about you.
Can I tell you, like, Wes obviously is allowed to date someone, but may God bless his next girlfriend, who hopefully will be me, but God bless her, because she will have to look every day at Ciara and be like, damn, he really fumbled, dude.
Okay, hold on.
Fumbled. What?
Then we have to talk about this right now, because are you seeing the rumors that Ciara and Wes are together?
Yes, of course I am.
Because
I'm eating them up. I've started to spread them. Of course
I know.
I am.
It is more believable, or it's on the more believable scale, so I'm in on it, because it's not just like you saw one random tweet and ran with it.
No, there's been a random picture of them.
But, like, why would they go to the Super Bowl together? He was working it. Was she?
She was sent there from Abercrombie. She did an Abercrombie ad with those two other guys that she was with. Connor and Henry, who are both LA influencers.
Wait, Wes did the Abercrombie thing too. He did like a sports reporter like video where like him watching that fashion show.
Okay, if so he was there for Abercrombie, then they were all there for Abercrombie.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's more likely that like them just being friends than them like being a +1 for one.
I assumed, I didn't know Wes was there for Abercrombie. Listen, I will spread the rumor that they are back together, no doubt in my mind.
I think they are.
However, I didn't immediately go like, oh my God, they're at the Super Bowl together. I knew she was there for PR. I know those other two men. And I was like, I know they were all there for Abercrombie. I just assumed Wes like was also friends with them, and they were like, we got 4 tickets or something.
Yeah.
Although I did find it weird that I couldn't spot the rest of the Abercrombie influencers. But if Wes was there for Abercrombie, it makes sense that like they were all hanging out. But they were they were standing next to each other.
that photo where like she's being hugged by one of the guys and his like, and Wes' arm is like on her arm. I was like,
I know.
There's hope. There's hope alive.
There's hope. But God bless if there's a different girl, man.
Couldn't be me. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough for that.
I'm so in love with Wes, it could be me, but I would look at him and be like, but I ship you with Ciara, so.
Yeah, no.
Good luck to me. I'm the other woman.
I would think I'm a placeholder until you come back around for her.
I get it, though. I would get it. So it's 10:36 a.m. Carl's back with bagels. He saw Kyle running down the street, which everyone's like, no one gives a shit. The rest of the house, though, we love our bagels. Levi has a huge cut on her face from when a goat stepped on it. Crazy.
I mean, that's embarrassing and like something I don't know if I'd want to say the real story out loud.
I think that is so funny. I would tell everyone. I would go on like a first date just to tell that story.
No,
like,
I would be hiding for days.
Goat stepped on me. No, I would love that. Ben walks in from the pool and then we're packing to go home, which I'm pissed about because it's Saturday.
I know.
We should be here till Monday. It's 4th of July weekend, no?
That's the thing. Like, why aren't we like having a pool day at least?
Hello? Like, I was so annoyed. Anyway.
Go to a winery today. Like, there's a million things to do that I bet these businesses would let you do.
The way I even went to my calendar app and confirmed that July 5th was a Saturday.
5th was a Saturday. Yep.
I was pissed.
No, I'm annoyed because while in present day, I was thinking about their weekend on my 4th of July weekend.
You mean their day? You were thinking about their day that they had.
I was like, the calendar is set up perfectly for their 4th of July weekend. JK, it's set up perfectly for them to have one party on a Friday.
Yeah. So we go to New York City, baby. On Tuesday, KJ is skateboarding. On Wednesday, Ben's taking care of his plant. And then we go to a rooftop. Lindsay is back. My OG, my favorite, the only person I think on Summer House that would truly starstruck me into oblivion. And she's here with Ciara. They both have new hair. Lindsay has her vintage bob and Ciara has her braids, which we'll talk about later. So important to note.
Also, really quick, Lindsay has said that she does a lot of scenes in the city, it seems like. So I think we're going to get more episodes than I thought we would with her, because I think she goes for 2 weekends, which will be about 4 episodes of that content. And then I expect her to get a lot of drinks with like Amanda, like Ciara, maybe Kyle, you know.
They have to move her over because she's going to be in the city.
Yes, she is. She's like, listen, when they're back, I'm here, ready, willing, waiting.
Question, wasn't that Hill spinoff also called The City?
It was called The City. This one is In the City.
Oh, great. Man.
Which is why I think they chose In the City because of, Whitney Port's
I wanted to make sure I got the marketing right. As I said, she's in the city. Okay,
yes,
got
you
it.
did. You crushed it. Good job.
Wow. Don't even need to check in with you. So Lindsay's drinking today because Gemma is at her dad's. So we're going to gossip. So Lindsay's living her mom life, early mornings, no late nights. But Gemma, is Gemmy is awesome. Gemma is her priority. And Lindsay is so proud of Gemma and herself because she was dealing with a breakup and being a new mom. And she is on top because of it.
Bless her.
Lindsay's raised so many man babies. She's a pro at this point.
This is light work compared to the years on Summer House.
We're raising a woman, baby. We got this. This is easy. So Amanda's here. Lindsay has Gemma this weekend, so she can't come to the Summer House, but maybe next weekend, which Amanda's thrilled because that means she can kick Kyle to the couch and sleep with Lindsay instead.
I love this.
Also, they need more girls because normally they are outnumbering the boys. And this year it's pretty even.
Which I like. We need an even group because then we can do all these different duos. People can maybe fall in love or just hook up or we need the balance.
It spices it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So Kyle called Lindsay today and Lindsay's like, listen, Amanda, he talked about you. And he basically said he had a bad weekend and thought Amanda would spend more time with them and he can't talk to the single boys in the house about it. But literally he could talk to like Carl about it.
He did. What do you mean he could? He did talk to the single boys about it.
Oh, he said he can't.
I know, but like he's acting like, oh my God, I can't talk to anybody about this. Even though he ran around all weekend complaining to himself, to every camera, to every person in the house.
That's what Amanda says. And then Lindsay said, because here's the thing. I need to defend my Lindsay before anyone says anything about her. I just know it's coming. Lindsay was Kyle's friend first and foremost. Okay.
Oh wait, are people upset?
I don't know, but I see it coming. Don't attack Lindsay. She is Kyle's friend for a very long time. She, though, is a girl's girl sometimes, and she has Amanda's back, right?
Yeah.
So I think her telling Amanda, I think is great, but her also taking Kyle's call and telling Amanda what Kyle was saying in his perspective, I think is a great way to walk that middle line.
He also called about other things she said and then spurred into the Amanda, but also of course
he doesn't care about those other things. He's here to chat about Amanda.
He knew what he was doing here.
Yes,
but I don't find it weird, Kyle venting to Lindsay because of their long history. Even if they weren't friends first, like I get how the topic segues.
Listen, forever, and this sucks because two of them are exes, but Kyle, Carl, and Lindsay, as long as they're on this show, they run it. This is their show. They built the show together, so they can never not be out of each other's. They know at this point. Lindsay and Kyle know how to hit beats. That is their whole thing. Yeah. So Lindsay said Kyle feels alone, and Amanda says that's fair, but there's a reason. So Amanda says she's really happy Kyle found DJing, but for the past, I don't know, let's guess and say 6 years, she's wanted Kyle to come home earlier and drink less. But he finds a career where both those things can't be true for him.
Well,
anyway.
They can be. They can't
be for him.
But it only allows him more spaces to stay out late and drink more.
Here's the thing, Amanda. Even if he was a Starbucks employee, he would still find a way to stay out late and drink and never come home.
That's the thing.
This
man built an alcohol business and a DJ career just so he could keep partying, which is crazy. And then he has the nerve to say Amanda won't do shit for him. Get the fuck out of here.
And then there's constant rumors of Kyle doing shit. Like there was one night where Kyle went out with his brother and his brother went home, but Kyle fell asleep at some fan's apartment and they were having a house party. He came home at 6:30. This is divorce. First of all, you're going to take your brother out and then he's going to leave?
Dude, the fact that his brother was there is even worse than what we saw in the trailer. Like, how do you let your brother go home alone?
That's insane. And then you sleep at someone's apartment. You come home at 6:30 in the morning. I don't care how much I trust you. You're not coming home to me at 6:30 in the fucking morning after a frat party.
No, the locks will have been changed. You're not getting into this apartment if you stay out till 6 in the morning at a fan's apartment.
If you're not home by 3 once a month, cut off. That's all I could give you.
I can't believe this was in episode 2. I really thought that this was like a cameras pick back up moment or like very end of the summer. Like, no. This is wild. And this has to be the reason that Ciara and Amanda filmed when we got that like flashback of like 4 weeks ago in episode 1.
Well, Ciara and Lindsay are gobsmacked. They're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Their faces.
They are literally like, how have you not left him? But I think Amanda, I'm saying it, she's pulling a Katie Holmes. She's getting all her ducks in a line. She's going to do one last season, supposedly with Kyle on Summer House, and then she's going to dump him for a fresh start in the city.
Hear me out.
Okay.
She's also like one-upping Katie Holmes because she has this reality TV show. So she's like, let me air it out and let Kyle sink his own ship. I can have my Ariana moment without some big scandal where I'm embarrassed by any means. But like, she's like, he will do it himself.
We are on it. We're on it. And the best part is it's working. The best part is it's working.
So easy. So easy. I mean, she has 9 years of footage. That it's like he just has to be himself.
Honestly, I like her better. The situations are the same, but I like her better when she's not crying.
No, I love her indifference.
Everyone know she has already dumped Kyle in her mind. She does absolutely. She never plans to kiss or sleep with him again. She never plans to date him again. She doesn't even want to be in the car with him alone. Like she's good.
You're not wrong.
Amanda says that this shit has been happening for 10 years and she can't do it forever. Or he can't keep doing it forever and she can't deal with it forever. Which I said right there, she was broken up with him. She can't do it forever. She broke up with him. She broke up with him right there.
She knew her options. She knew her next moves. She's playing chess and Kyle's playing checkers.
Kyle's not even at the game board. Are you kidding me? Kyle's not even aware that she's playing anything. You insane?
I'm sorry. Kyle's playing DJ and
Kyle's
she's playing checkers.
And she's playing chess. Yeah. So Thursday, Bailey's in the park. She's filming a segment for IT Girl.
It Girl.
Sorry. IT Girl is so good.
No.
It Girl fashion. The best is I wrote it like it, but I read IT. She wrote it for It Girl. It's for a fashion piece. She's bringing back fashion TV. I don't know much about it, but it looks great. Her ex-boyfriend fucking hated it because it became so successful and she was taking him on vacation and paying their bills. So it must be doing amazing. Yeah, great.
I like the idea of getting like that fashion world back, even though Paige is gone. Somebody who like cares about it. I need more of it from Bailey in the house and her outfits and kind of like talking through that if we're going to fill that void.
I would love to learn more about it because it didn't seem like we were doing fashion much with this woman. But were we? Did it get cut? I just don't know what she does. I don't follow IT fashion, so I don't know.
But I enjoy seeing her boots on the ground, filming a video with someone. Like, I 100%. Want more of these. You don't have to story tell it all to me, but at least give me these segments. Like, this is fun. It's like when we saw West in The Office last year. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. If you look really closely, you see me glaring at them because they're taking space in my walkway.
I'm okay with it. As long as it's being filmed for Summer House, I'm okay with it. Nobody else can do it.
Okay, so then we go to Brooklyn, my favorite oh my God, I almost said suburb.
Oh.
My favorite neighborhood, Brooklyn.
Yikes. Anyway. New York or Alicia, get it together.
Sorry, from the Chicago suburbs, so it never leaves, you know? So we're in Brooklyn, my favorite borough, and we're in Carl's apartment. I'm obsessed with him even more. He's a Brooklyn boy.
I really like his apartment.
Listen, I know it's really nice. The only other person who's ever lived in Brooklyn has been Danielle. And I loved Danielle for it. So
Carl talked a lot about in his book press about moving to Brooklyn was like a really big like change for him and like a restart of his life. And obviously his business is there.
It is.
I like this for him.
I've learned if you've lived in Manhattan a while, moving to Brooklyn, it seems like a death sentence, which I'll never get because I think it's better. I would never live in Manhattan.
He didn't talk about it that way. He was like, it's a nice, like, homier life, and he loves that.
Well, he's older now.
That's true.
He's older now.
That's true.
He's over 35. Pace. It's time to move to Brooklyn. Yeah.
Is he late 30s? Like 38?
I think he's 36. He's over 35.
Yeah, he's past 35.
Great. It's time to move to Brooklyn.
It's time to move.
Okay, so Kyle's here with coffee for himself, but he didn't ask Carl if he wanted any, which is so fucking rude. So after the breakup, Carl considered moving to Charleston or Pittsburgh, but he decided on Brooklyn. Charleston? I literally went for Vanita or...
Wait, okay.
I do like Vanita and Carl. I love that. I think Vanita needs a nice white boy. I love that.
And like... and I don't mean this derogatory, but she is the softness that like he was seeking when he was saying that to Lindsay.
She is, though. That is more her personality. And I don't think that's rude. Some people are soft and some aren't. I'm not soft. I know this.
And
I am hard around the edges.
So I think he figured out what he wanted and needed to date someone who was already that rather than changing someone. Him saying Charleston makes me think that, because on his Watch What Happens Live, he said like, oh, you know, we saw how Charleston and New York don't really like jive well. Like, curious to see how the Venita stuff would work out. But if he was already interested in Charleston, that makes me have more hope.
I love the idea of Venita and Carl. I don't love the idea of Carl and Charleston. If I have to see Carl wear like pastel clothes, I'm gonna die.
No,
I can't do it.
I don't think he would try to do that though. But Venita also spends time in New York.
He's done
I know, but I think they could actually make the little like bi-coastal of Paige and Craig's life, even though it's on the same coast. But
I think they're older. I think they both know what they want, and I think they want the same things. And I think for them, it's less important about where, because Carl's family's not in New York. His family's in Pittsburgh, so he already doesn't live near his family. I don't know where Benita's family lives, but I think they would also...
Her mom's in Charleston.
Okay, I think they would... Oh, that's right. I think they would be more willing to either both be in Charleston or relocate somewhere different or live like kind of a bi-coastal life even with kids.
I know.
Craig wasn't open to having kids and living in both.
In New York. Craig could never last in New York, whereas Venita, like, lives half of the year in New York kind of already.
Yeah, I think they could do it. I really do.
Me too.
Anyway, okay, enough about something I love just thinking of couples. But shout out Brooklyn. Got Carl in the end. I think it's the better choice. And I think Venita would also love Brooklyn. So Kyle, he's like, that's great, dude. I've had a rough couple of days.
Anyways, back to me.
He feels embarrassed by his behavior. It was disrespectful to talk about his relationship to people he just met. He's not trying to make excuses, but...
Here comes the excuse.
It all stems from this pressure that he's under with Loverboy. This is where, okay, first of all, I think we do need to discuss everything Carl's saying without like ragging on him too much, because I do think Kyle he's dug himself into a little bit of a hole that, as two people in business, I'm interested to talk about it.
Yeah.
However, I would like to say the way he vomits it out of his mouth is he's like, I just need people to not be mad at me. I just need them to know I'm going through a lot and give me a pass. He's not even trying to fix it. Yeah.
It's here's my easy way out. Like, here's my easy button, my Band-Aid over this, my get out of jail free card. Because I'm going through a hard time, that's self-inflicted kind of. I get to do whatever I want to my wife.
Yeah, it's yeah. So now that we've gotten that out, let's discuss what Kyle has done. To save his business, he put $500,000 into it. He stopped paying himself a salary since October, so now it's July, and he's DJing to pay the bills. That's why he started DJing. And Carl is like, oh my God, I didn't realize you weren't taking a salary. Kyle explains in the last 6 months, they've seen a decline in distribution, which means a decline in revenue. So Kyle stops paying a salary to prolong their cash, which is what founders do a lot of the time. But now he is being paid to not only DJ, but travel to DJ. And that's his way of now promoting and expanding Loverboy.
Which I said last episode, I understand that. Like, this is, the DJ thing is a good business move when you tie it to Loverboy. It's his behavior around the DJing, though, that everybody has a problem with. And even Amanda said that episode 1.
Yes, I fully now understand what his thought process. And I think I think it makes more sense. I understand him not paying himself a salary, but that can impact your bills, obviously. So I like that he's being paid DJing, because that helps a little. Putting $500,000 of your own dollars into the business, my dude, that hurts. That hurts me.
Dude.
That hurts.
He gives us these little hints into life at Loverboy, or the stability of Loverboy. And it's never positive things lately. But I don't know if you remember, he said he was being sued a few years ago. They were millions of dollars in debt. He had all these loans. This is another thing that I'm when do you just say when?
I wonder too, because his growth was incredible those first few years.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever got offers to sell.
Yeah.
And he didn't take them.
I don't know, because he always said, like, his goal was to sell the business, to get it to a point where it could sell. And so, like, I don't think if he had decent offer in the last, like, 4 years that he would have. Like,
that's also, like, an entrepreneur's goal is to sell your business. Yeah, damn, it's not going to sell now, guy. That's rough. And I've worked for a lot of startups and founder and owned businesses, so this hits me extra hard.
Oh, this made me immediately want to call my mom, who's in manufacturing, and being like, what are the risks here? Like, what is the vibe? Because, like, I talked to my dad about their divorce, and if it's all business debt, Amanda has she doesn't have to deal with that. But if he took out personal loans, similar to Sandoval taking a loan against like his house, like, that's where Amanda's like on the hook for it. So
this hurts.
This divorce is getting more and more interesting in my book.
Okay, so business aside, he feels like Amanda just doesn't care. And Carl says, like, it's hard to watch Kyle and Amanda not be able to be on the same page. And he knows from experience things get even more intense when you're not aligned. And Kyle says, it's fine, though. They're not on the brink of collapse. He loves her, but she puts a lot of their issues on him. And I was like, oh, this is why Kyle hasn't even known Amanda's playing chess. He thinks they're fine. They're going to work through this together.
And the way he thinks, like, oh, she's just putting these issues on me. She's, like, putting these problems. She's, like, saying I'm the problem. He does zero self-reflection ever.
Zero. Ever. Ugh, okay, so... Sorry, Kyle. From a business standpoint, it's not looking great.
I'm sorry. From a business perspective, from a relationship perspective, like, your whole life is fucked and you don't even notice. Like, the alarm bells are ringing, my guy.
I'm not an expert in relationships, but I've done a lot of accounting for a lot of founder-owned businesses. I can tell you, it's not looking great.
Well, I mean, I'm not an expert in with my personal experience, but I know when a relationship isn't going well.
Listen, I can spot it a mile away on reality TV. I smell that shit.
Like, there's a lot going on here, and, like, you need to wake up.
So now it's Friday, July 11th, 3:23 p.m. We're driving to the Hamptons. KJ, Wes, and Jesse, our little boy group, our boy band, they're all driving down together. KJ's excited for week 2. They have a squad of single dudes, and they're like, can we include Kyle in that? And they're like, he basically, he stays out later than all the other dudes, so we might as well.
The most single out of all of you.
And then Amanda, Kyle, Carl, and Ben look like they all show up at the house together, which, Amanda was like, invite all your friends. Normally she'd be like, Kyle, this is the only time we have to hang out together.
She doesn't want it.
And now she's like, I can't even breathe.
Can I sleep in the trunk actually while you drive?
Yeah, I don't want to. Me and Ben will hold hands in the back. We're good.
Just like we didn't want to be in that car on the Vanderpump, like, cast trip. I mean, it was like, I'll hang on to the bumper. Go ahead and drive.
I'm good. Strap me to the roof. Yeah. I'll deal with it.
Anything but talking to Kyle.
She'll just suntan out there and be like, we're fine. Okay, so 3:43, the furniture in the backyard. Amanda loves it. She's out there chilling.
She is giddy over just a backyard with a couch.
I get
where she can just sip a little drink.
Amanda and Kyle haven't talked about anything, which, if I'm a guest in this house, this is my nightmare. Because Amanda says she's ready. Kyle has to bring it up to her. She's ready to discuss, which, that's great, girl. And stand your ground. Have him come to you. But as someone who also has to live in this house, fuck you. Fuck you for not dealing with this.
But the one thing is that it's not like Amanda, like, instigates fights with him.
That's true.
If he doesn't talk to her, she's going to keep living her life the same.
He's the one with the issues.
He is the problem, and he's the one who fucked up. So, like, for Amanda, it's like, if you don't address this, whatever, we can keep pushing this under the rug. I'm not going to blow up about this. But Kyle can't do the same.
So Bailey and Levi are back, and Amanda's a little sad. She's like, my duo's not here. Like, you guys have each other. And Ciara's like, not here because she's coming later. And Bailey and Levi are like, you can hang out with us. And Kyle's like, hello? You have me?
I'm right here. I'm your husband.
Amanda goes, oh yeah. And then looks at, like, Levi and Bailey, and she's like, so I could join you guys?
Yeah. She's like, okay, thanks so much.
So it's
anybody else want to be my buddy?
Yeah. So Jesse, KJ, and Wes. My God, I'm making him French now.
Between IT girl,
Jemmy and Jesse. This is my show now. I tell you who you are, Jesse.
That's so true. Rename everybody. Whatever you want.
So Jesse, KJ, and Wes are here. Jesse cracks me up because as he's bringing in his suitcase, he does the Baron Trump. I like my suitcase.
Oh my God.
I was just unprepared for it.
Agreed.
And I watched it and I was like, oh.
I was like, that's a vocal stim if I've ever heard one.
That was so funny. I love a vocal stim.
You know, he's just like, oh, this stuff will never make the cut because it's just me walking in and then it's just like front and center.
You know, no one was even around him either. Like they were all in the kitchen. He's just like, I like my suitcase.
That was a solo moment.
That's awesome. Okay, Wes does a little runway walk to show off his outfit.
And his pleats. Show on my guy.
You have to get that Missouri shirt that he was wearing. He linked it in his story.
Okay, I did see that. I also am, I own a lot of Missouri or a lot of St. Louis stuff because it's very Missouri. It all lives at my parents' house. I feel so embarrassed to wear that up in Illinois.
No, but this is cool. Wes made it fashion. You could wear it you could copy his outfit and wear it with like white linen pants. And a bandana.
Where am I going to wear that to in Chicago? That's such loser behavior
literally
in Chicago.
To a bar. Maybe I'm used to New York where like you wear anything and no one cares. As long as as long as you style it.
I think the problem is that like I tend to leave all my St. Louis stuff there because of the rivals with all the sports. Like it's just not worth it. Like I'm not wearing this stuff out and about. Like I'll wear my like Cardinal stuff. I'll wear my sports gear, but like there's so many other t-shirts I have that I would rather wear than a Missouri
I liked it.
shirt.
If it was an Illinois one, I would have bought it. So Ciara, we find out, is driving up with her friend Mia. So it's 4:06 p.m. Ciara and Mia make it to the house. Another woman of color, thank God. I cannot beg enough for them. So Mia is in real estate. She helps Ciara find her apartment that's in Mia's building. So
love that behavior.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you have to do. And Mia, she worked at the Box for a long time, which she says is like a sex club. It is. It's very like.
Do you remember that was on Next Gen NYC? It was discussed heavily on that because the tab that
the Box.
Yeah, they picked up was hefty.
So Ciara and Mia are opposites. Mia likes everyone, and Ciara doesn't. But Mia describes Ciara as like the edgy, cool high schooler, which I was like, that is so accurate.
I like this duo. I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah. So Ciara tells Mia to claim any room she wants, even though they're already claimed by other people. So she picks Jesse's room.
This is so funny to me because you know if Kyle heard this, he would lose his ever fucking mind.
For sure.
He's so big on house assignments, bed assignments, especially if it was his bedroom that got chosen, that I think this is so funny that Ciara, someone who came in midway through the show's like history, is like, you know what? I'm going to make new rules. You can pick whatever you want.
Yeah. So Mia meets everyone. Ciara immediately looks at Jesse and is like, sorry to break it to you, but Mia picked your room. And Jesse's
you don't have a room anymore.
Please stay in whatever room you want. That's great.
He has been whipped into shape by these ladies that he is like, you're so right. I will bow down to you. Like, do you want me to carry all? You want me
KJ has an extra bed. KJ has an extra bed.
I will go anywhere. Your couch, the lawn chair outside, the new couch outside, like wherever you want to put me is
You're
fine.
kicking me out of the house?
It's my honor.
I got it. Jesse wants to go to Common Ground tonight because his friend's DJing there. And apparently last weekend, Kyle slipped at Common Ground. And that's when everyone knew it was time to go. But this is the first time.
They said that he lost a chunk of forehead skin. And I was like, I didn't see an injury on him last week.
I thought they just said foreskin, like he fell on his dick or something.
I thought he said forehead skin.
I don't know. I didn't care. I was focused on Amanda listening, going, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because she had no idea. And she's like, oh, isn't it funny that Kyle's always the drunkest and everyone has to send him home because they're less drunk than Kyle?
That's so embarrassing.
But may I say, the vibe killed immediately. No one knows what to do. And I support Amanda, but you know, Summer House, I am here for vibes because I picture myself in this house and I would not be in a married relationship in this house. And I would be like, damn, vibes suck now.
I know, because the problem truly isn't that like Kyle was too drunk and got sent home. She's used to that. I think it's he left his credit card there. He like slipped and fell, like he got asked to leave. And then you don't even tell me these things. And then you were talking trash about me that night. So it's like, you had a big night, my guy. What is going on with you? I would be pissed off, and I get her saying all these comments, but you're right. Like, all the guys are like, and they try to move on, and she's like, are you married? No, shut the fuck up. Which I do understand that energy.
I agree.
But like, this is our first night here. We're trying to have some fun.
And then Kyle tells her to dial it down, and Amanda's like, you know what? I need a minute. So she leaves, and Kyle just can't understand what he did wrong.
That's crazy. That is crazy to me, that comment.
This is why, Meredith, we hate dating stupid men, because we see it and we know what's going to happen. We can see our futures. Yeah. I got it.
No, I will say reality TV and doing this podcast and hating on men, especially this last year of terribleness in life, has led me to be so blunt with men because, like, I'm not doing it. Not interested. If you want to be in my orbit, like, you're going to have to deal with my energy about hating every man in my presence.
I can't do it. Okay, so it's 5:29 p.m. Amanda has excused herself. Kyle says this is like being married to a cactus. It's so prickly. That's not funny, but if I heard that, I would just be like, oh my God.
Out of Kyle's mouth, I'm like, okay, Kyle.
Oh my God, yeah. So Bailey and Levi separately go have a little chat, and they're like, damn, whenever Amanda and Kyle fight, like, no one knows what to do. And then we all just get silent. And then we just start a conversation 5 minutes later. Which I was like, vibes are killed. Even the new girls are like, can we leave?
They're like, oh, this is a pattern in our life. And we've only known them for a week.
So Bailey compares it to her relationship, where basically no one could do anything right. And then they were just always frustrated with each other. Yeah. I'm like, damn. And now Kyle's probably going to Amanda's going to dump Kyle at Sweet Green.
You know what? Kyle deserves that. I last week was like, that is the meanest thing you could ever do to somebody. Nobody deserves that. Kyle deserves to be broken up with in a Sweet Green, but also to be the Bailey of it, whose salad gets, tipped over.
No, she should do it at Loverboy. When like a big order comes in and he needs her help and she's like, I'm breaking up with you.
She should do it on stage at BravoCon is what she should have done this fall.
Before a board meeting, she's like, I'm breaking up with you. Okay, Amanda and Ciara make sure Kyle was nice to Mia, because though he's nice to everyone, he's never nice to Amanda. Man, again, if I'm Mia, I'm like, what? This is so crazy.
No, the way these comments just keep sliding out, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're done. You're done.
Bad. Yeah, you're done. So KJ and Ciara talk while they're all sitting outside. They're having their separate conversation. And it starts about Ciara's braids, because KJ's like, I like your braids. Ciara's like, I used to have them when I was younger and I like went back to them because they're easy. KJ's like, my sisters used to have them and then they want braids again, which this is why we need representation. Okay. Yeah. There are Black people watching this show understanding about the braids.
But it's like, also this is important as not a Black person to like hear this discussion and be like, yeah, you see a lot of kids, like a lot of women or like girls with braids, and it's easier to maintain. Ciara said like she had to have them. Her mom kind of forced her into it. You want to like revert to anything. That's a normal kind of child behavior, to like revert against anything like your parents made you do. And then to come back to it, like I loved hearing about that, like the beauty of coming back to a like hairstyle that's so nostalgic to you, and you getting to choose it now.
It's also really nice that Ciara has someone to talk about this with.
Who gets it?
It's just really nice. So Ciara tells KJ that there were so many rules when she was growing up, but she understands now because she was in a like all white area. So the rules were like, always be really careful. Like, don't stand out. Don't talk back. KJ's like, oh yeah, you were in Georgia, that's really south. And KJ says he grew up in Kansas City, but there are parts of Missouri that are south.
Yeah, there definitely are.
The same. And he says his grandpa was full of caution, so he also gets that. And they talk about their moms getting old and the pressure they feel to take care of their moms. And then Ciara tells KJ about her parents splitting up, and she gets really emotional telling him about the environment and how it was, it was tumultuous, and she doesn't want that for her family, and that's why she has all these boundaries to protect herself. And KJ says, like, never apologize to me for being emotional, because I absolutely get where you're coming from. And I'm just obsessed with this whole friendship.
I was so impressed by Ciara opening up this quickly with KJ, but I saw something on the internet say like he clearly provided such a safe environment for her to want to open up like this quickly to him. Yeah. And I think that really is a testament to her and her vulnerability and trying to like change, but also like the space that KJ provided for.
Yeah. Well, I think it was nice that KJ was like, hey, nice braids. So that's something only really the two of them in this house can bond over. Yeah. And then as she opened up about having to be cautious in Georgia, he was like, I can understand that in a way that no one else in this house can, right? And then she's like, there's pressure to take care of my mom. And she already knows KJ understands that because he's opened up about his mom and his sisters. So I think then she was like, I can talk to you about this and you'll get it. Because it sounds like KJ also didn't have his father around as much.
Yeah, because he said last episode, whenever their parents got divorced, like they moved from Arizona to Kansas City. And so they have so many layers of like understanding because, you know, obviously their race, but then like similar growing up with single moms is such a huge other piece of it too.
Yeah. And then Wes has to ruin it all by staring at them. I'm like, look away, white boy.
I don't think he was, and I'm kind of annoyed that they edited that in there because I feel like it took away from just them bonding and made it into this like love triangle thing. And it's like, why can't you just let them? Okay, fine, maybe one look from Wes, but it was like every 3 seconds it like was panning to Wes and he's like gazing over.
I do think if Wes was looking over, it was more to check in to make sure KJ's okay, and like he probably saw Ciara crying and was like, oh, I hope she's okay. You know what I mean? Like that's his friend. And his, like, I'll say Ciara is also his friend. So his longtime friend and then his new friend he met in the house that he cares about. Like, and he sees them having a conversation and one's crying. I'm sure he would be like, oh, are you okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, but Ciara says she needs to be less rigid and open up in the house and her family. She's going to try it all.
Damn, I'm like, do I need to be less rigid? No, I don't think this is a call out to me.
Damn it. No, we're fine.
No, I don't think so.
It's time for dinner. The outside dinner table is perfection. Jesse, thrilled to be a middler. The respect he deserves.
Listen, he's always been on the end, and like, my guy, you have to move up. But being a middle is very important as a pro middler.
You know what? After everything that happens, I would prefer to be on the end so I could go to the bathroom really quick.
Really good point, but opposite end of Kyle.
For sure. For sure. Or if you're on the end, at least you have somewhere to look. You could like look up to the side. It's hard when you're a middler. You can only really look up because you're also more prone to make eye contact and then laugh. I know.
Not a good place to be as a middler.
We can't have that. We cannot have that. Okay, so Kyle gives a cheers, and it's the world's longest cheers because he apologizes for last weekend, and he goes on and on, whatever, about how him and his wife are struggling, and he didn't mean to make that house business, and he feels really bad. And then Ciara makes a joke to Amanda. She says, is this fucking toast about you? Which is this callback
play about us?
It's from Euphoria. And then Kyle stops, and he's like, can I address the table? And Amanda and Ciara both like, oh my God, Kyle, do whatever the fuck you want. And Kyle says to Ciara that she is talking over him, which she is not. She is whispering under you to her friend.
But we know that this is a big issue for Kyle at dinner tables of other people talking mainly over him. He can talk at any point that he wants, but if he is giving a speech or he wants somebody else to be seen or heard, everybody must follow the rules of Kyle Cook's dinner table. We've seen it during, I think it was like season 4, episode 1, the Giggly Squad forming. We saw it, I remember when they were out to dinner once and Luke was talking and Paige calls him the dictator of the dinner table. Like this is a theme of Kyle being pissed off at the
dictator of the dinner table. Yeah, that was great. But yeah, I immediately thought too Giggly Squad was born because Kyle got mad that people were
that they were giggling.
They were whispering on the side. So Kyle continues his long speech about apologizing for his emotions and how everyone should have a good time. Everyone is already silently eating because this is the longest speech of all time. But also, if you see, Kyle's next to Bailey, and Bailey is staring at him so intently, the way I could never.
But she's like giving him a look like, the fuck are you doing right now?
She's just trying to hold it. Yeah. Ciara's knee deep in her pasta. She's chowing.
Well, it's the only way to stop her giggling, because clearly that's a problem for Kyle.
I get it. I get it. And then he stops because Amanda's just looking at him. And she's like, giving him a look.
Fuck?
She's kind of like, are you kidding? And he's like, what, Amanda? You threw me off a little bit. And she says, no, it's fine, but this apology should have been given to me directly and not the whole table.
Yeah, which, okay, when Kyle does make things house business, I think Amanda has every right to like respond as
House
like
business.
she wants, because it's already awkward. Like, let it rip, Amanda.
I agree. So Kyle then storms off, but he stops like 3 feet away from the table. He storms, his chair has gone flying, but he stopped.
He loves to like throw his chair down. He loves that.
To come back, and he said maybe he just wants to talk to everyone because they're all in this house together, and it would be great if Ciara could be more respectful. And Ciara's sitting there like, what the fuck?
The fuck? Which he has also a habit of tearing down Amanda's friends when he is mad at Amanda or at these dinner situations. He's done
Amanda's
it with Hannah,
closest
Paige,
friend.
Ciara.
Yep. Yeah. So Amanda tells Kyle to not do that to Ciara. And now let's put Amanda in a really tough position again between her husband and her friend, which he also does all the time. And then Kyle's mad that Ciara was laughing at him. And I said, if this isn't proof that to make a man mad, all you have to do is laugh at him. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I always remember this. A man's biggest fear is to be embarrassed. A woman's greatest fear is to be murdered. So there you go.
Well, I guess if we laugh more, we might be murdered, but...
Not in this setting. This is a safe setting as far as I'm concerned.
I love to tell people they're so embarrassing. Like, get out of here. What are you doing?
And Kyle slams the door in the house and he knocks over a painting and a bowl of fruit. So,
oh my God. He cannot regulate his emotions one bit.
Not at all. Okay, so next time on Summer House, Ciara would like a Christian husband. And Jesse's like, wait, because he's Jewish. He's like, I believe in God. Wes wants to, quote, make out with her. We don't know who her is. Again,
it has to be
Ciara. Ciara has a talk with Amanda about Kyle and how she deserves better. And then Kyle and Amanda fight.
Shocker.
Great. Okay, I think it's my turn. It's time to do fun, not fun. And it's my turn to go first. And my not fun is Kyle. Summer should be fun. Kyle, not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
I know we try to do different specifically for Summer.
I know. So don't hate me for this, everybody. I got to pick Amanda because she's the other half of this.
You're right. It's not fun. It's not.
Amanda is fun. Amanda in her marriage and on this show, not fun.
Bailey and Levi, I think, showed it the greatest. They're like, this isn't fun anymore. Yeah. When was it? Kind of thing.
Was it ever?
But it's just not. Okay. Oh my God. I have to pick a fun. I don't even know because all we did, it felt like was talk about. Okay, you go first. You go first.
Okay, I'm picking Ciara because she was the center of everything this episode. She has a new friend. She met up with Lindsay and Amanda. Like, she is on great terms with everybody. She made dinner. Like, she's getting yelled at by Kyle, which isn't great. But like, everything is revolving around her. And I love that for her, for somebody who was like in her shell, even like just like last season, she wasn't even that much out of her shell. She had a great conversation with KJ. Like, she's everything.
I get it. She was my choice. That was who I was thinking, but I wanted to make sure.
Pick it.
And this is why I go first sometimes.
Listen, you said you had tricky. You couldn't decide.
Yeah, because there was someone else I was considering. I just needed a minute, but you took it. So I am going to double pick her, but I do think I get to go first next week.
Oh my God, no. Yeah, we would have double picked it anyways.
Oh, okay. I'll pick Ciara. She was so good. Yeah, everything about her was great. My honorable mention was KJ because he did get drunk and almost fall over, and I think he was a good friend to Ciara.
I agree.
Which I enjoyed. But Ciara really won the heart.
Gold star for KJ.
Well, that is the episode. We have only like 25 more to go. I'm just kidding, but hypothetically. But do all the things I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. And with that, love ya.
Thanks for joining. Bye.